Hello Aries and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot and we are doing March readings today. I've got the Light Seers Tarot and we're also doing a quick pull from the Familiar Field Oracle for Little Animal Oracle Wisdom. So before I shuffle, let me just remind you, this is a general reading for a general Aries audience, so it might really resonate with you, but maybe not all of it does, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. I invite you to check out the videos for all of your major placements, your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle now, but I fast forward the video over the shuffling part, so I will catch up with you as I am laying out the cards. So I will see you there in just a second. Okay, Aries, let's see what we've got. Oops, let's get this guy out of the way. 10 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. Very nice. Okay, and 1 from the Familiar Field Oracle. Very cool. The Owl, Wisdom, Learning, Transition. Well, that makes sense. Okay. So, I always read this as kind of like the main theme for this particular reading. This isn't the only thing that's going to happen for you this month, Aries, but for this reading, this is sort of the main theme. And so with the 3 of Cups, we have kind of getting back together with your friends, getting back in touch, getting back into socialization with your friends, having something to celebrate with your friends. So if you've been out of touch or haven't really prioritized certain relationships, there's going to be a reason to get back in touch, whether for your own celebration or for a friend or a family member might have a reason to celebrate, there may just be a real need to prioritize your connections this month. We have the Owl here, which is about wisdom, learning, and transition. These are the key words for the Owl here. And, that kind of connects here certainly with the 10 of Wands. Now, with the 10 of Wands, we have the closing out of a cycle. The 10 of Wands suggests a chapter is ending to make way for a new beginning. We're not yet at a new beginning. There's something that needs to be closed out. There's something that needs to be buttoned up. And that could be why this need for friendship or connection becomes more evident through the month. You may be helping or relying more on friends with this cycle closing out. Now, I've seen this in my own personal life, like at the end of a school year. I've worked for a school. Not only, did I go to school and, I went to secondary education and stuff, so school has been a lot in my life. After having gone through school a lot and working at a school, so that tends to come up for me at the end of a school cycle, but it also comes up for me because I worked in the theater, and it comes up for me like when a play ends And so when it's time to like break down the sets and put away the costumes, so that's the kind of vibe of the Ten of Wands. If there's something in your life that is needing to be put away, sometimes it could be something, like a play, or it could be something, for some Aries, it could be like a relationship ending, but it could also be something like maybe a property that you owned that you need to sell, or a business that you're selling, something like that, a side hustle that you no longer have time for, an association, like a club, or something like that, that you don't have time for. Something needs to come to an end, and maybe you need to get rid of supplies. Like if you're closing an Etsy store, something like that, maybe you need to get rid of supplies, close it down, do whatever you need to do to close it down. Now, interestingly, over here we have the Three of Pentacles, which is kind of like the next level, or an up leveling, often in a business or job situation. And it could even indicate a leadership position, or some kind of recognition on the job. Or if you're a freelancer, it could be a new gig, or a new contract, or word of mouth business. Or if you're like a content creator, this could be a video goes viral, something like that. So it's interesting that in one area of your life, something seems to be closing or ending, and in another area that there's an up-leveling, or an increase, or an advance somewhere. So, but sometimes that happens, when we finally decide to kind of clear the dead weight, if you will. Like a lot of us who have multiple jobs, or have a lot of side hustles, sometimes a side hustle can be too distracting, and can keep us from really succeeding at like our main job, or our artistic pursuit, or something like that. So when we clear away something that has been too distracting, we can really focus on our main love, or the thing that's actually bringing in the money that pays the rent, or whatever it is. So it could be that kind of a situation for you. And what's interesting, another thing that's interesting about this, is it's another three, just like this three. There is often an element of collaboration with this, even if you are a freelancer. It could be the sort of thing where there is an element of collaboration, or cooperation, like for some content creators, for example, it might be the sort of thing where someone reaches out to you to collaborate on, a makeup tutorial or whatever, where you kind of cross-pollinate each other's feeds or something like that. That's one very specific example for a very specific industry. You'll probably know where that might work for you. It might be a pretty standard 9 to 5 situation. You might just be a team leader in a, office situation, or burger flipping situation, But there is the opportunity here, as I mentioned, to be recognized, better pay, or a better title, better hours, something along those lines. And maybe even something like training for more advanced role in your industry or your department. As we mentioned with the owl, one of the key words is learning, wisdom, and transition are the other keywords here. So there could be something of a training program involved in this. Okay, so moving on to the last card, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Now this is a slower moving energy. It's sort of nurturing Like you can even see it in the artwork here. It's nurturing your garden, you know. And so just like your garden in the summer, it takes, you know, a few weeks or months for your vegetables to ripen, and you do have to tend them and water them and keep the weeds away and whatnot. You don't get your harvest right away, but it does come eventually as long as you maintain your garden. That's the kind of idea behind this card. So whatever you're working on over here, it might not have an immediate payoff, or whatever you're learning through this kind of phase over here, after the recognition, whatever the training sort of cycle or training program might be, there isn't an immediate payoff from that, but you're growing from that. And that will lead to something to celebrate later on. So if you came to this reading wondering if you should let go of something or move on from something, the answer here is yes. If you had any question about going to school or applying for some sort of educational program, the answer is absolutely yes. There's also the implied guidance here to be sure to reach out to your friends and stay social. And there's a promise here that you are building something, even if it doesn't come to fruition by the end of the month. You are planting seeds that are worth nurturing. So there you have it, Aries. I'm going to leave it right there. Thank you so much for dropping by. I hope you liked your reading. Don't forget to check your videos for your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign if you haven't already done so. And please take good care. Until next time, bye for now.